The brakes on there with the last two races with Canterbury because we're only a minute off with the Morphettville meeting, and as you can see there, a fairly wide open betting race, $5.40, $5.10, the top couple of contenders there on page one. Kid Dapper and Pure Velocity, and over the page, of course, Miss Copycat is well in commission. Good value on the New South Wales tote by comparison. Okay, Channel 7 handicap, let's go to Hilton Donaldson for his call of the first.
There's been a huge go on track for Miss Copycat number 9. She opened the 4th pick in the betting. There's been so much money for her that she has firmed to favourite. She's gone from 4th to favourite on course. Pure Velocity opened the favourite. It's eased dramatically, number 2, and as a result has eased out to the 3rd elect. Kid Dapper opened equal second favourite with Tag Jeu. But there's been money for Kid Dapper as well, so he's now a clear second elect. You don't see it very often. A total change in favouritism. It's 9 over 1, over 2, over 6. Tag Jeu is wearing what they tell us are club colours. I think they're the TRSA colours of blue and pink, number 6, if you're used to seeing Tag Jeu in the Lindsay Park colours. Blue and pink for Tag Jeu. Maya Lavinia comes up. She was just cantered very slowly to the gates by Reese McLeod. Excellent run last start behind Scenic Glow in a strong race, the Millicent Cup at Penola. And Scenic Glow, of course, on target for the Mount Gambier Cup, which is coming up on Friday week. They're ready for the first. Off they go. Beginning slowly, Tag Jeu and Petit Etoile, and Scold was out fast and looking for the lead. Running Game booting up on the inside, holds it out though because Kid Dapper is moving forward wide out, and Kid Dapper will lead, so Running Game will box seat. That was the jockey's intention. In 4th place, settling down Pure Velocity, being followed by Exalted Bow. Deeper out on the course, Maya Lavinia trapped wide, Fighting Harada next the inside, followed by Petit Etoile. Second last, Tag Jeu. Miss Copycat as expected, got back last on the outside. Kid Dapper runs at the 1,000 metres. He runs along. He leads by 3 lengths to Scold, a half Running Game. At a length away, 4th was Pure Velocity. 2 lengths Fighting Harada inside of Maya Lavinia. Then 1.5 Petit Etoile from Exalted Bow, Tag Jeu. And last on the outside is this heavily backed runner, Miss Copycat. At the 700 metres, it's Kid Dapper. He leads by a length. Second on the outside, Scold, and 3/4 Running Game. 1.5 Pure Velocity from Fighting Harada, Maya Lavinia. Petit Etoile, Exalted Bow from Tag Jeu. Miss Copycat's dropped back. She couldn't stay with Tag Jeu when they sprinted. She's under immense pressure. At the 400, it's Kid Dapper leading from Scold. As usual, Kid Dapper rolls away from the inside, and Running Game got the run he desired. Then Pure Velocity, followed by Tag Jeu, Fighting Harada, and the rest are well back and making little or no ground as Scold race to the lead from Running Game. Kid Dapper gone, but Pure Velocity swept upon the lead now. Pure Velocity raced to the lead from Scold and Running Game, and then Petit Etoile up to 4th. Easy win, Pure Velocity came away, scored by 2.5 Running Game, 3/4 Scold, then Petit Etoile, and finally Miss Copycat made some ground very late in the race to beat Tag Jeu, Exalted Bow. Kid Dapper knocked up, back with Maya Lavinia, Fighting Harada in 1:36.67.
Thank you, Hilton. Race 1 at Morphettville, and a better result for punters there in comparison to Ipswich, of course. Pure Velocity, very impressive winner, wasn't it? Okay, let's press on with the Canterbury card.
Now, Morphettville, they're getting around to the start for race 2, and Jester's Red is all the rage here at $1.80. Graham McNeese is reporting in for Sky Racing from Morphettville this afternoon. He's about to catch up with the favourite of the with the trainer of the odds-on favourite Jester's Red.
Well, Grant, we're trying to compete with this noise in the background, but we'll try. Jester's Red in race 2. Now, you couldn't miss its last run. It flew home.
Yeah, no, look, you would think in this race, given that the track's not slippery, that hopefully it'd be pretty much a good thing.
Okay, Jester's Red, race 2.
Yeah.
Now, what about your chance in the Cup, Lord Aaron?
Look, he's had a good prep. He hasn't tried at the 2 miles. He's run good at 2,600. Run a great race in the Carlton draft. Very happy with him. He's had a, trouble-free prep, apart from when he went to Sydney, give his leg a bit of a bang in the chairman's. But look, I think the breed get through the going. The genuine 2-milers. So fingers crossed.
He's tip-top?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, nice to catch up with you, Grant.
Thanks.
That's Grant Dalziel with Jester's Red in the upcoming race. Very consistent 3-year-old by Ruberton. He's won 3 from 8. Those 3 wins have all been this campaign for race 2.
Second race for Adelaide Cup Day. Here I've gone with number 1, 5, 6 and 3. Number 1 is the red hot favourite here today. It's the only one that has been drifting in here at the track, been back nicely and should be ready and nicely to win today. With number 5, Fax, has drifted slightly here at the track, but was a nice win last start up against weaker company, but I think will be in the finish. With number 6, Navy Shaker, is looking well today and is a bit of a value for multiples, but is looking very well. With number 3, Fragmentation, I think is looking for this distance. So I have 1, 5, 6 and 3.
Right, news from the track. There has been support for number 8, Geppetto Star, trained by Mark Cabanagh. He did win first up at Gawler last campaign over 1,200 metres. He's resuming today. Number 8, keep.
This light rain continues. Good time in the first, though. They're off now. Faxed from the inside, missed it somewhat. No speed, My Star Dane. Fragmentation's working forward, but Faxed will lead. Away well, Jester's Red. Out wide a Navy Shaker, and then Bar Groper from Holy Moly, Geppetto Star, Merlot now. 2 lengths behind those, My Star Dane on the inside of Multi Super, and 2 to Vainberg last. 800 before them. Fragmentation's pressuring Faxed. Leads by a neck and is off the inside. Third is Bar Groper, so it has Jester's Red 3 wide, but the favourite has clear running. So Navy Shaker's widest of all on this leading group from Holy Moly. Geppetto Star, Merlot now, My Star Dane from Vainberg and Multi Super. 500 metres to go coming around the turn. Faxed and Fragmentation have worked at each other, and Jester's Red outside of the speed looks to be travelling. Navy Shaker wider. Bar Groper on the back of the favourite. Holy Moly looks for a run on the inside, and then Merlot now. Geppetto Star at the 200. He let Jester's Red go, and it found a length. It raced clear, but Navy Shaker staying on. Through on the inside, My Star Dane, and here's Merlot now flying on the outside. Merlot now, My Star Dane from Navy Shaker, and then Vainberg late. It's Merlot now. Merlot now a long neck to My Star Dane. 2 lengths Vainberg third from Navy Shaker, and then came Faxed, followed in by Geppetto Star, Fragmentation. Jester's Red went from bolting at the top of the straight to beaten in about a couple of strides. Followed home by Bar Groper, Holy Moly, and Multi Super in 1:10.21. The second, a great finish in the end. Merlot now. Number 11, Matt Pumper for Darryl Hewitt, and Darryl recently prepared his first ever double in around I think a 15 to 20 year training career, and this was one leg of that. Merlot now at Murray Bridge on the 28th of April. That's a quick sprint, put pay to them in one fell swoop, but My Star Dane came through on the inside. Simon Price, Stuart Gower, as usual, he got back. He's a slow beginner, that horse. Winners paid $29.30 and $5.60. My Star Dane 410, Vainberg 560, Quinella $191, Trifecta 5,787 and up, Exacta 410 and up, and Jester's Red, who looked to be going beautifully on the turn. I don't know what it was, but obviously the weight or something got to him in the end, because even though he was sitting on the speed, he's a class animal compared to what he's done in the past to what these have done. So he was basically disappointing. 11, 13, 4 and 6. Race 2.
OK, Hilton, thank you. That was a big rise in class for that horse today after winning a maiden at Murray Bridge, first up after a spell. And he's picked up a 3-year-old open handicap on Adelaide Cup Day. So he's handled the rise in class without any problems. Merlot now, 11, 13 and 4. That's race 2 from Morphettville. We'll be back for the Jansz. A good race for the 2-year-olds. That's coming up next over 1,200 metres. And here's the market. First bunch look fairly open. Classiconi's the favourite at 380. And we're about to hear from Vlad Jurek. He's riding Lucky Diva in the Jansz.
Vlad, you've made the trip across to Adelaide for one ride. Lucky Diva, let's get to the point. Will it run the trip?
I think if I give her a nice enough ride, she's a good chance. She does relax quite well when the race pans out and settles down. I just think if I can come out kinder and if she can find the lead, she's a free running sort of filly. Yeah, look, she's suspect at it, but I just think if everything goes right for her, she's a good chance to run the trip out.
Given she'll probably lead, you've obviously drawn perfectly in one.
Yeah, for sure. She's drawn out most of her runs, and today she's drawn the pole, which is ideal, and she should just jump straight out on the bridle. And if we get a kind enough run in front, she'll kick pretty good at the finish.
That's Vlad Jurek. Now back at Ipswich, they'll be moving in shortly. Kanatoshi's Millions has taken over as favourite here. Well, let's have a look. A bit more money's gone in and they've switched again. Anyways, Lucy is 10 cents shorter than Kanatoshi Millions. And that first starter we were talking about that came up very short on the New South Wales TAB, Love and Money. She's steadied a bit New South Wales to 440.
Smart race, I must say. There's a lot of depth in this race, but her first up run was excellent. And she's come on well and we'll love the 1200.
The fourth was a few runners here. Jansz.
Yeah, look, this mare's right up in class. She was a good win the other day. She's been in training a long time, but her form, strong last start winner. I thought she was worthy of having a go at some black type.
Jamila's back to its best.
Yeah, she was great the other day. She's gone up a lot in weight today and gone to barrier 15. But we've got an excellent pilot in Stephen King, and if she gets the right run, I think she can win again. She's a good class mare.
What about McBeal?
Been around the mark, this mare. I've decided to bring her back to 2,000 metres. She was running up to further than this, 1.5 miles, but we've come back to 2,000 in an attempt to get some black type. Would need to improve.
Might come back and have a chat to you a bit later about your Group 1 hopes.
Thanks very much, Graham.
Thanks, Tony.
Trainer Tony McAvoy, who's got quite a few set for this big day. Now let's look ahead as they head to the start there at Morphettville. Ipswich Race 4, Flaming Prince, In the Jungle, Sovereign Express and Miss Rutherford, 1, 3, 2 and 4. And through the figures there, it's not a big field. Flaming Prince at $1.80 12 months ago. He's turned into a more than capable racehorse. Super Elegant in 2000 and La Baraka won it as a 2-year-old in 97, and she turned out to be a great sprinting filly, La Baraka. Right, let's take you back to Morphettville, this time for the late mail with Cherie Buki.
Race 3 here, first of the group races. I've gone 2, 9, 6 and 3. Number 1, Classy Coney, has come in dramatically here at the track and is looking well, is one of the ones without a rug on. With number 9, Little Chloe, has drifted slightly, but still is not too, it's still a bit short. With it is also looking very well. With number 6, Jade Diva, is another one it's drifting slightly, but it's staying pretty firm. And with number 3, Charleville, for a bit of value for your multiples. So have 2, 9, 6 and 3.
We'll take a break and be right back with the Jansz National Stakes from Morphettville. Some wonderful entertainment coming in between races there from Adelaide on Adelaide Cup Day. The Adelaide Cup dancers in action there. Now the third race from Morphettville, they're at the gates, and J Diva, number 6, is favourite in a fairly open race at $4.40. First correct weight in from Werribee on race 2, the New South Wales first 4 dividend on 7, 6, 8 and 4, paid $5,672.50. That's $5,672.50 on race 2 from Werribee. Right, back to Hilton for the Jansz at Morphettville.
Okay, Matt, they're about to come forward. Very open race. J Diva favourite on course number 6 and a bit shorter than what you're seeing on the TAB. 9, Little Chloe, the second elect on TAB and on track. Then it's 5, Lucky Diva. Now she's the value. Lucky Diva, she's over the odds according to what's happening on track. She did open equal favourite. That was the first call that went out, but she has eased out, Lucky Diva, but still over the odds compared to track. General's Dynasty number 8 would be next in the betting from 2, Classic Coney and 1, Picket Fence. Wide open. They've come from near and far for this race. Most of them in form or have excuses due to racing on rain-affected ground, etc. And they're about to come up for the Jansz. First in is Charleville. Great is Great, won this race last year. We'll see him later today. Rohathan the year before. Cable in 2001. And Super Elegant way back in 2000. 4 years ago won this race, the Jansz, and we saw him on Saturday take our Group 1 feature sprint, the Goodwood Handicap. They're coming in well. Volatant comes forward. Charleville is ready. Rain continues. It's light, but it's there. 1:10.21 the time in the second. 34.75 was the last 600 at this stage. Definitely good, but it has rained continually from around about 10 o'clock this morning. And I'll tell you what, if we were racing on this on the same track as year 2000 when the meeting was washed out, then we would have had a downgrade by now. But the renovation here, the upgrading of the track is sensational. Some say it might have been a little bit too hard Saturday, and it's certainly good now. Nice cushion. Now they're ready. Sunmayer's in. They're ready for the Jansz. Great is great. The winner last year. He's racing later today. Wide open betting for the Jansz. And they're racing. From the inside, Lucky Diva was out well, showing good speed. Deep out, J Diva's going fast, and Little Chloe between them. And Volatant drives through to make a line of 4. Just behind them, settling down, was Charleville. On the outside of it came Classic Coney, followed by Sunmayer General's Dynasty. And last is Picket Fence. 800 metres to go, and it's J Diva leading away from the inside. Lucky Diva has the fence. Third on its outside was Volatant, and 2 lengths behind those came Charleville from Little Chloe. Starting to improve Classic Coney, followed by General's Dynasty, then Sunmayer, and last is Picket Fence. 500 metres to go. J Diva outside Lucky Diva from Volatant. Charleville waiting for a gap to appear near the inside. Out wide, starting to come into the action, Classic Coney. Picket Fence is taking off. They've rolled, getting through on the inside. General's Dynasty across the course at the 300. Classic Coney and General's Dynasty on the insides, coming quickly. General's Dynasty race to the lead from Classic Coney. From the tail, Picket Fence is starting to fly home. The leader, General's Dynasty, from Classic Coney. General's Dynasty, courtesy of an inside run. Too good for them. 1 by 3/4. Second, Classic Coney. Third's a photo. Sunmayer's come from last in a photo with Picket Fence and might have got third. Sunmayer, followed by Volatant, and then behind those Little Chloe. Further back to Charleville from Lucky Diva, J Diva, and they've rolled off the inside, and I don't really know why. 1:10.40 the time. That horse has got an inside run, has come through 3 off the fence, and has won well. General's Dynasty, number 8. And once she saw daylight, you'd know that on her form that she would find the line strongly at the end of 1200. Second horse was Game. He covered a bit of extra ground, and he was forced wide on the corner, Classic Coney, when those leaders came away from the fence. So his effort's been very good indeed. Sunmayer has come from near enough to last, was not in the picture really until about the 50-metre mark, and may have nosed Picket Fence out of third. Not a great deal in that. 1:10.40 overall. And the numbers are up now. 8 is first. General's Dynasty, Nicholas Ryan for Brian Cox, all the way from Wodonga in Victoria. Number 2, Classic Coney, Stephen King for Shane Fleedner from Bendigo. So 2 country Victorian trained horses have fought this race out, the Group 3, the Jansz. 10's run third, Sunmayer. David Turtle for Mick Whittle. 1, Picket Fence is fourth. 8, 2, 10 and 1. Looks like the jockeys are still trying to work it out, what to do on that home corner there. And it's going to make for very interesting racing.
All right, Hilton, thanks. A nice win there for young rider Nicholas Ryan. That was a Group 3 race worth $100,000 in prize money. Plenty more group racing to come. Next up, it's the Centaurea Stakes for the fillies and mares over 2,000 metres. Ridden by David Tootle. Fourth was Picket Fence for Darren Gauchi. So that's the placings, 8, 2, 10 and 1. And we'll show you the vision in the head-on vision at Morphettville. The eventual winners on the inside. It's the inside horse in the orange colours, but he starts to drift out here. Nicholas Ryan on board the winner, General's Dynasty. And there he's just given Classic Coney and Stephen King a bit of a bump and taken him off the track. Watch down to the line. It's a pretty good celebration from Nicholas too, winning a Group 3 race. He's very proud of that. Unfortunately, he now has to fight it out in the steward's room. 8, 2, 10, their official. Now the margins were 3/4 by 1 1/4. The time 1:10.21. Correct weight. All right, the Centaurea Stakes Race 4 is coming up in 4 minutes. And there's the latest market. Here is Cherie Buki with the late mail.
Well, the rain keeps on falling here for race 4. Selections are 14, 1, 5 and 3. I'm going with number 14, Taken. Was a nice win last start, and they have been backing it here at the track. With number 1, Jamil, another one that won nicely last start, has been drifting in slightly and is looking well, strong and fit for today. With number 5, Maze, it's been racing not too bad here with Lee Friedman since coming. I think he's looking for the distance, has got a rug on, so, but I can't tell you what it looks like. With number 3, Star Lion, has drifted slightly. So 14, 1, 3, 5 and 3, sorry.
All right, that's 14-1.
Steady light rain, as the forecast did say. They're ready to go. Schwepp Stakes, 2,000 metres for fillies and mares at listed level. They race, and flying away, Taken from the inside, led by a length and a half soon after the start. Away nicely, Tiona Grand Society, Cormire pressing on, and Star Lion does likewise. Jernamore trying to slot in and might be able to do so in front of Pushing Daisies, Quite Easy and Pipkin. Then Gillymarg from Maze. Jamila got back, Belascal, and last on settling down McBeal. They head to the mile, and the leader is Taken, joined on the outside by, in second place now, Star Lion, and third over on the inside on a pretty fair speed as they run by the 1,500 metres was Grand Society. Then Cormire, 3 away came Jernamore from Tiona Pushing Daisies, and then on the inside next was Pipkin from Quite Easy. 3 lengths to Gillymarg, followed on the inner by Maze from Jamila Belascal, and last of all as they leave the back part of the course was McBeal, and she'd probably be 25 off the lead at the 1,100. It's Taken showing the way, a length to Star Lion, at a length and a half Grand Society from Cormire. 2 away came Jernamore on the outside of Tiona, 2 to Pipkin, who's on the inside of Pushing Daisies. Gillymarg is starting a 3-wide move around Quite Easy, Maze on the rails. Jamila's got a cart into the race now on the back of Gillymarg, followed by McBeal, and last is Belascal as they race to the 800 metres and past it. It's Taken 3/4 from in second place Star Lion, and still third on the inside Grand Society. Gillymarg moving into the action on the outside of Cormire, followed by Pipkin. Now Jernamore gets to the outside and comes into the race, puts the stablemate Jamila 4 wide. May sticks to the inside, followed by Tiona, giving ground Pushing Daisies. It's gone. Belascal a long way back on the rails from McBeal, and Quite Easy. Taken, kicked away at the 350, raced out 2.5 in front. Into the clear now, coming home well is Grand Society, and Pipkin starting to come through, a gap in the middle. Taken in front, grab now. Pipkin through the middle, and on the outside is on the outside of those Grand Society, and Maze is starting to flash up behind them. Pipkin in front from Grand Society, and Maze and Pipkin. She's dour. She won it by a long neck. Second in was Grand Society. A half head away third was Maze, followed by Belascal, Gillymarg, and then Jamila from Taken, which raced with a big break at the top of the home straight, but could not find the journey. Followed home by McBeal, and then Pushing Daisies from Star Lion, Quite Easy, Jernamore and Tiona in a time of 2:05.12. That's a gutsy effort by Pipkin, a mare who this time last year was placed third in the South Australian Oaks, and Connections not electing to go on that Adelaide Cup path and bring her back in journey. It's been a stroke of genius by trainer Barry Brook, and a great ride by Paul Gatt, who replaced Justin Potter as her regular rider today, and that's her 4th win. Very gutsy indeed under pressure. Grand Society was a good run, sat just behind the speed and battled it right out, pushed this winner right to the line. Luke Curry, Danny O'Brien, and 5 Maze has come from last, or in the last group of horses around the turn. Brett Preble, Lee Friedman, and finished on well. 9 is 4th. Belascal 6, 10, 5 and 9. 6, 10, 5 and 9. 35.40 was the sectional 600. 35.40, 2:05.12 overall. And that's race 4, the listed Schwepp Stakes.
All right, Hilt, next is a Group 1. It's the Group 1 Feltex Carpets South Australian Oaks for the fillies over 2,500 metres. That's next at Morphettville, and the other Group 1 this afternoon is the Adelaide Cup. That's race number 7. So plenty of good racing to come from that venue. In fillies to line up in the Oaks, let's return to Alf Matthews, who's about to catch up with Claire Lindop, the rider of number 1.
Well, your very adorable Claire Lindop rides Dame Beltar in the Oaks today. Claire, you've drawn much better.
Certainly, Alf. We're hoping not to be as aggressive. When we got beaten last week to Rinky Dink and Star of Gretchen, we were sort of doing the most work in the race, hoping for a bit of an easier transit today, and hopefully we can reverse the placings.
Well, look, it's got terrific form in the VRC Oaks behind Special Harmony. Got into a bit of trouble on that occasion too, so it doesn't have to be far away from it.
That's right, Alf, and as you said, she's proven that she can run out the 2,500. Obviously, Special Harmony is a good horse, and for her to get within 3 lengths, I think, of to it last spring is good form.
Certainly is. And Claire, also you ride a horse, Bella Senor. You won the Onkaparinga Cup. What about the 2 mile?
I think obviously he's a fit horse and he will stay, and Eric wouldn't be here if he didn't think it had a genuine chance. He won't know himself with 51.5 kilos on his back, so hopefully we can give him a run for the money.
And also, what about Counter Sue? I know you've got a little bit of time for it.
Yeah, she's a good little mare, good speed horse. Fortunately, we're drawn off the track today. We're hoping that it looks like they're sort of coming down the middle of the track and might suit to be sort of 3 deep with cover, and hopefully we can get away with that.
And also in the last today, you ride a horse called Oak Express. What can you tell me about it?
She's a good little horse. She really tries hard. Probably taking on some good horses here in the last race today, but like I said, she won at Oak Bank and she just never stops trying.
Well, trying, that's the name of the game, and let's hope you try as well as you can too.
Thanks, Al.
Claire Lindop there, and correct weight is in on the previous at Morphettville. 6, 10, 5 and 9. The New South Wales first 4 was $13,328.40 with her report on the SA Oaks.
With the SA Oaks here, the track has been downgraded to dead. I've gone with 4, 1, 2 and 12. There's not a lot of wet form in this race, but with number 4, Niagara Falls, has won in the dead twice out of its 2 runs, and they have had a bit of a gear change with a crossover noseband, so they might not be trying to go as forward. With barrier 3, should get the lead pretty easily. With number 1, Dean Belter, I think had to do it both ends last start, and just a very hard race full stop. Had to change tracks in the vital stages of the race, and I think drawn a lot better today. I think will be the one to run second. With Star of Gretchen, was hitting the line nicely last start, again with barrier 1. Didn't have to go around a horse. Hasn't got wet form either, so it's hard to tell whether it will handle the downgrade. With number 12, Denalaga, I know Tony McAvoy has no query with the horse getting the distance, is confident with the horse, and it's hard to tell which is looking well because a lot of them do have a rug on. But I've gone with 4, 1, 2 and 12.
Okay, Cherie, thank you. And in fairly bleak conditions, they're heading off to the start for the Oaks. Repeating, the track is now dead at Morphettville. You've got a couple of minutes to get your bets on.
Stks Carpets, SA Oaks, 2,500 metres. Star of Gretchen giving some trouble down there in barrier 1. The jockey not happy. Just couldn't take his seat. Does now. Okawi throwing the head around. Racing in the SA Oaks. Becoming Roman missed the start out wide. No speed from Dowry. And first out near the inside, deep in the woods with Dane Beltar. Niagara Falls inside of them will hold the lead comfortably to the winning post. Working forward is Sunar from deep out. Gee, there's plenty of speed on as they go out of the straight at the 2,100 metres as Sunar's jockey put a spurt on. Tried to get them going in front, and he did slot in behind those leaders, Niagara Falls and deep in the woods. And as a result, Dane Beltar was able to find the rails in 4th position. Moving up wider out, Becoming Roman going around the outside of Rather Grand from Okawi. Then Danalaga, 3 deep is Our Perfect World. Back on the inside, Star of Gretchen. Tingy Rana covering ground over the Scraping Shed crossing. 3 wide, followed by Accurate Analysis. On the inside, Song of the Sun, followed by Dowry, Legally Orange, and last of all is Free Friday. And Niagara Falls has gone out with a big lead again. Leads by 5 lengths. Deep